Tomb Raiders found a giant 6-meter-tall rice dumpling in an ancient tomb. The exit was blocked, and the massive dumpling slowly approached. The fat man threw rice at it, but it swatted him away effortlessly. Cuba Yi tried to attack with a shovel, but was also sent flying. Realizing they were outmatched, they tried to flee, but the fat man was paralyzed with fear. Just as the monster was about to grab them, someone shot it in the back. Stunned briefly, it turned to face the shooter. The shooter stared at the approaching monster, unable to reload. He couldn't get more bullets from his bag. As the monster neared, he shouted and ran, but tripped and fell. The fat man, seeing the danger, stabbed the monster's belly with a dagger. Old Hu threw an archer's shovel, distracting the creature. He then produced a jade pendant, hoping to appease it, but the monster was enraged. It glared at Hu Bai and began a wild chase. They remembered the donkey skin in their bag. Hu Bai signaled the fat man, who understood immediately, and they began to work together. The fat man boosted Hu Bai, who leapt and stuffed the skin in the monster's mouth. Surprisingly, the donkey skin immobilized the giant dumpling on the spot. Seeing the threat neutralized, the fat man approached and kicked it a few times. Who knew that just as the three of them were about to remove the cover blocking the cave entrance, they were horrified to discover that the red-haired monster who had been nailed in place moments ago had actually moved slightly. It turned out that the fat man's few kicks had loosened the black donkey skin in the Zongzi's mouth. Seeing the giant Zongzi revive once more, the group quickly turned and ran. In their panic, they unexpectedly ran into another room. Hu Bai found a giant wolf's tooth hammer inside and prepared to lift it as a weapon with the fat man. The hammer weighed over 1,000 pounds, and even with great effort, the two couldn't lift it. But as the giant Zongzi approached, Lao Hu and the fat man suddenly felt a surge of adrenaline. With strength from who knows where, they actually lifted the 1,000-pound wolf's tooth hammer and smashed it towards the giant Zongzi's chest, knocking the giant Zongzi flat on the ground. Seeing the method was effective, the two prepared to strike again with full force. But this monster's strength was incomparable. This time, it not only caught the 1,000-pound hammer with one hand, but also knew how to use the force against them. Utilizing Lao Hu and the fat man's momentum, with one exertion, it sent the two flying. As the hammer flew out, it actually smashed a large hole in the wooden room's wall. Without much thought, the three quickly climbed through the hole. The giant Zongzi, now enraged, followed directly through the wall. In their panic, the three ran into the anus of a military fortress. After closing the anus, they temporarily escaped the giant Zongzi's pursuit. They found not only a large number of weapons and ammunition, but also countless grenades in the boxes. The three quickly armed themselves. Just as they were looking for another exit, they found the giant Zongzi still pounding on the anus. But as soon as they exited the ammunition depot, the fat man smelled a pungent odor of blood. Looking up, the three discovered countless spider-faced whips hanging upside down above their heads, fresh bloodstains on their mouths.